5 champion Bryce Shoemaker is going to take the victory 128 laps without a pit stop.
Donnie Kite's going to get through it all and score his first career win. Saturday Night Racing League and throwback at Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation of the Mystic Racing League. This time, the Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series presented by Pest. For this running, the second race of the season, the Star Nursery 200 battle at the Bullring. Here live on V-Speed, I'm your host, producer Morgan Cook. Al Nixon making his V-Speed debut here with camera presented by Dougie Beard. And Al, we got a fun one on tap here at the Bullring.
Indeed we do, Morgan. Super excited, ready to get this one underway here tonight at the Bullring. Can't wait to see what this one holds for us.
Absolutely. This racetrack, the smallest one of the smallest tracks anyway, we're going to see all season long. 0.37 miles, that's 0.6 of a kilometer if you're north of the border like myself. 14 degrees in the corners, a little 5 degrees on the front stretch. And this place is tight, to say the least. We will see a lot of rooting and gouging, beating and bang, whatever you want to call it. Drivers are going to have contact here tonight. This is going to be a rough kind of show. Let's have a look at the points while we have a moment before we hit the grid. Christian Barnes, after winning 2 weeks ago, takes the top spot of the points by 21 over Rayshawn Winkfield. Holston, Michael Wade, and Alex Pollock round out your top 5. Go find your favorite driver on that sheet. Some drivers making their first start of the season here tonight, Big Al. What's going to be the key to getting through this race and accumulating as many points as you can?
And the key to this race is simple, man. Avoid contact at all costs. You got to get into the corners. You got to make sure you set, rotate through, and just look out for everybody because, man, it's going to be pandemonium down there on this racetrack. Nice and tight, short track racing, just the second race of the season. Can't wait to see how these guys handle it all.
Absolutely. It is going to be all about survival tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun to see what drivers can do to get around this racetrack, because it is not an easy one. I tried it here. It makes it a little easier with these Tier 1 setupshop.com setups, but it's going to be tough nonetheless. All right, getting down to the grid here in mere moments. Where's your favorite driver start tonight? Let's get down to it. Starting on pole for this one, Devin Curl in the 15. River Hayes alongside in second. Watch those two tonight. They have been excellent on the short tracks all across Mystic this season. Third will be Tyler Stevenson in the 1. Colin Bollinger starts in 4th. 5th will be Christian Barnes with Jacob Cochran in the 6th spot, making up row number 3. Row 4 belongs to Brian Moore and Adam Holston. In your top 10, rounded out by Michael Wade and Derek Jewett.
It's going to put Dustin Lewis in 11th. He's got Ray Sean Winkfield on his outside in 12th. 13th, Charles Roberson and Zach Davidson alongside him in 14th. 15th place is going to show Harold Tucker III, and he'll have David Wallace II beside him. 17th place, Justin Miller. Alongside him will be Isaac Brock. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Daytona Cross and Brad Nelson.
Starting 21st tonight, Brett Rinn in the 24. JT McNulty starts in the 22nd position. 23rd will be Douglas Wasaki in the 11. Caleb Hunt in 24th to start this one. 25th will be John Ullman in the 34. Sean Merriman had a great run at Daytona 2 weeks ago. Will start in 26th. 27th will be Steve Addison in the 81 machine. Zach White in the 77 will start in 28th. 29th, Reggie Kime will start in the 9 truck. Zachary King starts 30th in the 50. 31st for your final row on the grid will be Tyler Willing. Chad Allen starts shotgun on the field in 22nd spot. Gavin Hinson and Joey Beam. So Chad Allen did not make the show. Apologies. Gavin Hinson will start 33rd. Joey Beam and Ashton Beam failed to make the grid here this evening. Let's get down track side. As the pace lights are out, quick race analysis for you. 200 laps, 35 miles an hour on pit road. Do not speed. You probably won't make it back. 5 tire sets available to drivers to use tonight. I don't know if you're going to use all of them as we go one more lap here under pacing. There will be one stage in this race at lap number 70, and Tier1Setupshop.com built the setups here tonight. Everyone's on the same playing field. It should be a fun one here tonight. I've heard great things about this setup here at the Bullring. So already mentioned your keys to the race, Big Al. If you're starting on this front row, or starting on the outside even, what are you going to do to try and get single file as we finally get the cart at the racetrack? Hold that thought. We're going to get this thing underway. Roll through turns 4 for the first time tonight. We're racing at the Bullring. Curl will lead lap number 1. Single file for the top 5 behind him. Great job by those drivers. Oh, we got to throw one on the wall already. That's the 10. Brian Moore.
Ensues.
Yeah,
Sorry about that.
Moore. My goodness.
Once this thing went green, everybody got touchy-feely. We got cars spinning around. We got a car right now. He is going to be down inside that shoulder. Still no caution, though. The 24 truck's also going to be trying to get out of the way. And I think that's how this first couple laps is going to go. It's just touchy-feely.
Absolutely. Rinn was a 24 that had the moment, lost the front fender. No caution displayed in this one. Up towards the front of the field, Christian Barnes trying to work around that now lapped 24. Really rough start to the day for Brett Rinn. It's one driver who did not have a great start. Jacob Cochran is -8 already. Back down to 14th spot, trying to work around Tucker the third as Jewett took a ride. Single file, your top 4 already in lap traffic. Tyler Willing The next driver under fire, trying to work around time. As Curl already to the back bumper of the tail of the field.
Gonna have to watch that lap traffic. Lap traffic is here early. This is one of the things drivers have to understand where they're at in their lap positioning. You don't want to spend too much time battling lap down cars. Lap down cars going to have to be cognizant as well. As we got to 33, he slides sideways on the backstretch. Leaders coming around.
Yeah, Brad Nelson, bit of a slide there. Right in front of the leaders now, right to their inside. Should be able to get in here cleanly. 3 wide for a moment. That's a scary time at this racetrack. You do not want to be 3 wide for very long at all. Eric Jewett under fire from Rayshon Winkfield here. 45 dropping spots here. Early in the run, only 11 laps in. 120 on the fuel tank, so we can definitely make it into the first stage. After that, it's anyone's guess if we go green or if we get some caution laps to help with that mileage. 2 wide all over this racetrack as well.
They've been pretty stingy with the caution flags thus far. If they keep that up all night, I think we might actually have this thing a little greener than what we had originally anticipated.
Yeah, short tracks. They go one of 2 ways. It's either a lot of green flag racing like we're seeing here, or we see that yellow piece of fabric wave in the wind. Brian Moore currently running in 20th spot, working on Gavin Hinson here. Hinson, of course, on the lead lap.
Lap traffic, that's going to be the tail of the tape tonight. That's going to be the story. That's what we're watching. Trying to keep up with where everyone is exactly, because without caution, so these guys are going to be struggling, trying to get those laps back. It's a short track. That makes it doubly hard. How many trucks do you think will be actually on the last lap at the end of this thing?
Well, at the pace that Devin Curl is setting right now, I mean, we have already lapped 6 trucks to start this one out. Make that 7, and the list is going to continue to go down as Brett Rinn is now another lap down. I mean, this 15 truck is on a tear. So is River Hayes behind him. They put up a little bit of a gap over Stevenson, but these 3 are just mowing down traffic right now.
Yeah, it's amazing just watching the different lines going around the track. We had 3 wide situations. A lot of drivers just trying to find their footing, man. It's touchy-feely down there. You really just got to feel your way around because it seems to be trucks everywhere.
77 just went for a big slide. We saw that on the inside of the leader as we see the heart of the traffic. That's Caleb Hunt, and the leader of this line is Zach Davidson in 12th. So we're already into the meat of the field.
This is where patience is going to come in. You're going to have to unpack your patience right about now, because as you start to get in traffic, heavy traffic, lap traffic, any kind of traffic, the worst thing you can do is force the issue.
Yeah, panicking, not the thing to do right now. Whether you're being lapped or you're trying to lap these cars, especially when they get 2 wide. They're 3 wide for a moment. They don't cross on the apron. But the 50 and 34 have to be very careful here. If the 15 gets to the inside, that could really cause havoc here. Ullman under fire from the leader. And here comes River Hayes as we got drivers bounce off each other. Ullman's around in front of the field. How did he save that truck? My goodness.
Yeah, still no caution.
Now it's King under fire. $23 laps in already.
Ooh, another truck around.
Is that Hinson?
19.
Hinson is around. Caleb
Austin's out for the
around.
first time tonight.
Oh, he's backwards on the racetrack.
Man, I was starting to think that old Ralph wasn't up in the booth tonight. Looked like he was hanging out down there with Thelma eating some corn dogs, but there it is, the first caution of the evening.
All right, let's see what happened to Caleb Hunt here. Already around at this point. So get a better look at it. It's that Tier 1 setup shop sponsored machine, the 19. Just overshot into the corner. Rear end came around on him. A little too much rear brake bias, potentially. Driver preference. And around he is stopped on the top of the racetrack. Nowhere to go because it's a big old conveyor belt. Caution flies for the first time tonight. Well, that was a nice little 26-lap appetizer to get our day started. What do you think so far of this one as drivers hit Peak Road here?
I think it's awesome, and the fact that we have not seen but one caution really, that's going to allow this thing to kind of stretch itself out. It's going to grow legs, but yeah, lots and lots of traffic.
Yeah, traffic's going to be the name of the game all night for sure. I mean, we're under half a mile here. That's an unbelievably short distance for this racetrack. And I mean, if we just look at it from above, I mean, single file, the leader is essentially, as we hit the choose here, the leader is essentially at the tail of the field already. You'll be choosing next time by. Doesn't look like we're choosing here, but I mean, I think we're just trying to get the field sorted out. Being it's so short, it is very difficult to get drivers lined up properly whether they're laps down or getting wave around, whatever the case is, just because of wherever the caution falls. Some drivers will get trapped. Some drivers will be able to pit. You can't repair damage for too long. It's a very difficult process to be able to get these drivers lined up.
Honestly, yeah, I'm looking at these pit times behind the box, and you're going to have everything that you do have just to get service and to get out there back on the track. 14.2 is what we're seeing.
Yeah, and 55 down pit lane.
Yeah, and the average lap time here is 15 seconds. So, although you might have 5 sets of tires, it's just going to be hard to get them on the truck tonight. Drivers are going to have to beware. Although this is a short track, conservation, that's what they're going to hear, especially sometime once we flip 100 miles, 100 laps. They're going to hear, hey, save, at least for a little while, because you're not going to want to spend much time down pit road. Lights off on the pace truck.
Yeah, we should be going green this time by. There it is. Pace lights turning off on that iRacing pace truck. Curl leads, River Hayes second, Barnes, Stevenson, and Bollinger your top 5 just as they started. Into the restart zone. Great launch for the 15. We'll have to watch that coming up to the top lane a little bit, though. Race Control might nab him for that. That is in the rule book. Can't change lanes before the restart zone. Regardless, he leads for now. Stevenson going to get through for second. Move Hayes back to third. As we were talking about how fast the laps go by, how fast you catch lap traffic. Look at that, only a straightaway separating first from the last car running at the moment.
Single file up front. That seems to be the story. Further back in the pack, 3 wide. It's always 3 wide for 14th. You ever notice that?
Yeah, for whatever reason, they're always really excited to run just outside the top 10. I don't know why that is, but that is a very highly contested position. You're right. Brock, I believe that's King, and Tucker the third. They call him Trey, all battling here for the 12th position. Oh, big slide for Trey. Saves it. Further back, Hunt trapped on the outside. See how fast the lap goes by here. On the backstretch right now, one driver stopped on the inside of the racetrack. Not sure if he caught that one or not. So lap starts here.
Got another truck around.
We stay green for the moment. Willing has a meatball flag. That's who was stopped on the inside of the racetrack. JT McNutley is when he crashed. Culty, sorry. There's your lap finished. 88 went around. Still trying to get it back on the racetrack. There it is now. As Lewis and Brock are still fighting. This time for 11. Stevenson's gone around. Issues for the second place truck. We back in lap traffic? Not quite. We're not far away either. This is White working around Kime. Kime trapped 2 laps down to start this one. Michael Wade in the 16 truck here, running P6.
Driver's starting to settle in right now as we're 45 laps into the 200. Leader finds himself in pretty much clear traffic right now. He's starting to find his way around the track. Got another truck. He's going to be sliding into the entrance of pit lane. That's not going to work out too well for him. I believe that was the 9 truck.
Yeah, Kime back out on the racetrack for a moment.
The key to this thing right now, especially at this point in the race, drivers just have to be patient. This is not the time to go push the issue. Right now, you're just trying to find that race rhythm, trying to find your way around the track, in and out of traffic, you know, where are your braking points, where do you accelerate, when does she rotate, how does it feel? Another truck into the wall. I mean, like I said, touchy-feely, that should be the sponsor here tonight. I feel like I need to wear gloves.
Absolutely. We got drivers manhandling these trucks right now. Let's ride on board with one right now. This is Isaac Brock. I mean, look at how much wheel we got in the center. So easy to get that rear end to snap around. Should you make a mistake.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be easy on the throttle.
Let's take a moment to have our first driver cam up today. So we're already a quarter of the way through this one. Our man Brett Rinn running 28th already, not the start he wanted. 5 laps down. Driving the wheels off this thing nonetheless. You can just see how loose this truck is. Trying to work through traffic himself.
It's definitely going to be throttle and brake control. That's what these drivers are going to be contending with most off down on this track, this short track right here. Definitely a handful. Got another truck sideways. There's contact. Second caution is going to come out of tonight.
Holston
this
is
going to involve that 48 truck.
Yeah, Adam Holston went around here. Oh, another loose moment, center of the corner. Great job locking it down. I don't think he got any damage. Oh, yeah, he got Caleb. Or that's Derek Jewett. Just nailed him. Not that Jewett had anywhere to go, of course, truck down on the inside. Let's have a ride on it from the 45's point of view, wherever he is. Hold on to your lunch, folks. This one's going to hurt. Dooring each other. That's not a good sign.
Extended contact.
Yeah, absolutely.
looks like a sign of displeasure.
I would agree with you there.
Hey, busy down on pit road. The 10 to 16 to 6 to 45 to 34 to 8, and it still comes around. You see that replay going on your screen right there. But, you know, the good news is this is a short track, and they have a fast repair. So, being a short track, these trucks can literally, they can take a beating tonight. So, you know, as long as these guys are cool with X's, I think everything else is going to work itself out.
Yeah, right about that. As long as the truck runs, you got a shot at it here tonight. And this caution also puts all of the wave around cars in a really good spot. You can get a lap back here because you know you're going to have another caution in under 20 laps.
Yep, and leader right there, he's down pit road. And that's another thing that works out with a short track. You can kind of pick your own strategy. Nobody right now tied to anything except for their own racing game. And as this thing starts to shake itself out a little bit more, we're going to see how those strategies actually play out as well.
Right. And as far as fuel goes, fuel strategy is pretty straightforward. As long as we make it to 70, which is, of course, the stage, you need to pit probably one time after 70. You're 10 laps short when you take that green flag at the start of stage 2 to make it to the end of the race. So fuel, not really a factor. The question is going to be, when do you want tires? Do you want to save set for the end? You got 5 already, so do you just burn them every time you get a chance, or how do you deal with that tire strategy?
Well, you're going to have to deal with that fuel situation as well, because one thing is needing fuel and picking the right time to come down so you don't get caught up. Track management, that's going to come into play. A lot of decisions that you're making right now, you know, that started off as choices just about 15 laps ago, but now you're really coming into the point of the race where you're going to have to start paying attention to what your strategy is going forward.
Right about that. Looks like Raina's going to get one of his laps back, go to 4 down. We'll be racing Reggie Kime for the first driver with that honor. You asked how many drivers will be on the lead lap at the end of this thing. Currently top 15 on the lead lap. Brad Nelson leading the way of the lap down cars in the 16th position. Might get a wave around here.
About 50%, folks.
As we get to the choose cone.
And, you know, this is going to become a battle of attrition as well as this night goes on. These trucks are going to get more and more beat up. Drivers are going to get tired. And some guys, once they, I mean, what's your limit? You know, some guys, once they hit that 5 lap down, 10 laps down, you know, they're just not in it anymore.
Yeah, I'm always here for points, so I'll run it as if the truck's running and the truck is driving in any kind of competent manner, even if I'm not, I'm still going to run that thing around the racetrack. As long as I'm not a hazard to everyone else out there, we'll be racing. So I don't usually call it quits. Usually, if I'm 5-10 laps down, it's not usually on speed. It's usually because the truck is destroyed and it won't drive anymore. So hopefully nobody gets there tonight. We can all finish this one, but obviously short track racing can lead to some beat up race trucks. Oh, great jump by the one. Oh, we went too soon. Oh man. Ooh. What a jump.
That's the wrong color flag.
I had to fall back and hit the brakes so hard. Back up to 3rd for the moment. Now down to 4th as Brock gets around him.
4 wide further back, got another truck trying to sort it out. Everybody's pointed the right direction. Looks like the caution not going to come out, but these guys are definitely inking for it.
Yeah, we are driving the wheels off of these trucks right now. Oh, man. Stevenson did get the black flag for jumping the start, even though he tried to give it back.
Here he comes. That's definitely going to put a couple chinks in his honor here for tonight. Former.
Bumping and banging a little further back. Ullman into the back of Davidson. Not happy with the 0-1 for the moment.
Yeah, and according to you, about 5 laps too short for fuel. And as he's going to have to sit there and hold it, it's going to sting a little bit.
Probably going 3 laps down here for Stevenson. Considering
how one is going to wash off.
How long this pit road is, versus how fast these laps are. You see the 6th. Try and take a dive down to the inside. Well, there goes Curl right by. Remember that 15's led most of the race tonight. A lot of speed under the hood.
Yeah, definitely, and they're hooked up. I mean, whatever he's doing, it's working. They're dialed in. He's not missing any of his marks. And I mean, he's putting on a master class here tonight. So everybody that's behind him and around him, definitely, you know, they have a lot to watch as we're riding along there. A little bumping and banging going on.
A little rooting and gouging, so to speak. The 6 not terribly happy. That's Robertson. Won the Mystic 500 2 weeks ago on the Cup side. Just got moved out of the way. That was for the 7th position.
I asked you nicely.
Yeah.
These trucks don't have horns, ladies and gentlemen. So
right about that.
He was back there.
Stevenson back on the racetrack. He is 1 lap down, only 23 seconds down the pit lane. Oh, it was only a drive-through, not a hold. That's the good news.
Definitely going to work out in his favor, especially
Caution's
if you want
out.
to get
There it is. That's the stage.
That is the stage.
He was not the first truck 1 lap down. Brad Nelson will get back on the lead lap, make that 15 trucks on the lead lap here. That's going to be the end of stage number 1. Colin Bollinger will be your stage winner. See if we can have a chat with him once they're done the pit stops. Although he is not in the servers, that is going to be mighty difficult.
It's okay, Morgan. You can talk to me.
I think I will. I think I will, Big Al. I will talk to you.
A couple guys actually sporting that drive cam for us. Really appreciate that. It's awesome to see, you know, drivers sweat. Because, hey, look, this is a tense one here tonight. This is, you know, no one's just be riding around here just kind of like, you know, Bob. No, you're intense. You're white-knuckled. I mean, you're dialed in. Blood pressures are up. You have to be. That's short track racing. You know, some tracks you can kind of like take a breather and get a puff or whatever, but not here tonight, buddy. The only time you're going to really get any kind of relaxation is under these cautions.
They've been few and far between as well. This is only the 3rd one of the night. Of course, this one for the stage, 2 for cause. Looks like Robertson gets his lap back, maybe a wave around.
What are your thoughts on the number of cautions so far?
I asked you earlier, what's the over-under? You said 5. I said I think that number is going to be much higher. So far, you're looking pretty darn good. 75 laps in, 3 cautions up on the board. Hope that
Can we talk
continues.
about your number?
Maybe later. Maybe later. I don't want to put that kind of energy into the air right now. We'll if we approach that number, we'll start talking about it. But it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here tonight.
Still early.
Sure is.
You know, who knows what's going to happen here? People are going to start taking clothes off. I mean, it's going to get crazy. I've seen a couple chicken bones fly over the fence there back on the backstretch.
Drivers got to eat. Drivers got to eat. That's for Friday, though. That's the Slim Chickens Cup Series I think you're talking about. Presented by Tier1SetupShop.com. This, of course, the Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series. Presented by Pest Busters.
So those were bug nuts that flew over the fence there.
Sponsors everywhere, as long as it wasn't glass, or else you'll have to call Caswell Glass Company. And they're racing in this one. You don't want to call them right now. Wait until tomorrow. Segways all over the place up here in the V-Speed booth.
Getting ready to line it back up again. Time to double up. We'll be taking it green as this stage is over. Sage paid the top 10 points. Am I correct on that?
You are correct.
And you got to get them in while you can.
A long season.
Who else is going to give you free money in the middle of a race?
That's right. That's right. I always call this the Casey Kane rule because that guy would run incredibly for 2/3 of the race and find a way to not win. And, you got to reward the drivers who run well and don't always get the great finish that they maybe were in line for. So Getting those points definitely beneficial for the field. Through the restart zone, we are back racing. Late launch, and it's even for Bollinger and Robertson. Close off on the bottom. The 6 makes the move, gonna get to the point. Can Bollinger get back in line? Yes, he can. Driver around behind him. I think that was Jewett. In the 45, we stay green. Jewett's around in the front stretch. Oh, and he can't get it turned around. He's gonna lose a lot of time here. Caution's out. Just as he goes one lap down, let's have a look and see what happened. To put the 45 in the wrong direction. So working behind King here, right in front of Curl. Curl gave him a shot right there, but did we see another one maybe out of 4? Oh, Cochran came down a little bit. Yeah, it was definitely Curl. Got into him. They were 4 wide for a moment. Jewett got the worst of it by a long shot.
You know, when it's 4 wide, you can't expect anything to come out of that that's positive. And, you know, speaking about these opportunities to gain points,
right.
There was a driver once in NASCAR that actually won a championship without winning a race, and that's how we ended up in the point saga. So, you know. So tonight,
I'm trying to remember back to that. Was that Benny Parsons?
Matt Kenseth.
He won one race. He won at Vegas in the 3rd race of the year.
Damn, look at you making me wrong. Check it out.
Sorry.
He won a race. Okay,
You
cool.
did. You won at Vegas to start. But he did lead the points, basically from Vegas all the way until the end of the season, while just top 5ing his way to a championship, while other drivers, I believe, Jimmy Johnson, maybe, I could be wrong about that. Somebody won a bunch of races that year and came close, but no cigar. And that was when they said, you know what, we need to do a chase or a playoff format. And here we are, many years later.
And here we are with a new format starting this year in NASCAR. So
that this
we ushered in a
series
couple different
emulates
eras
as well. So this series follows that same point system with the 55 points for the win versus the win in your in system. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out through a full season. We'll be with it the whole time right here on V-Speed.
So watching this thing, 14 cars remain on the lead lap. Remember we said this is going to be a battle of attrition. A lot of 1 lap downers, a couple of 2s, and everybody else is 3 or more. Looks like we got 3 drivers that are actually out of the contest this evening. Guess I need to roll down more.
As we are doubled up. Should be getting the white or the 1 to green here this time by. 85 laps in, working caution number 4 of the night. Gotta say, blistering pace to this one. I mean, we are only about 35 minutes into this race and just about to hit halfway. Last time, Robertson waited until the last possible moment in the restart zone. Does he do the same thing here? Does he go a little bit sooner to try and catch the 43 sleeping? Slow rolling, and it looks like. Oh, he went way early. He might have even jumped out a little bit. That was the opposite end of what he just did. Top 2 get away clean. Brock and Barnes fight for 3rd.
You know, he set him up. You got to love that fight. Drivers got to keep it. I mean, they got to be right on the edge of it, waiting for it. When you get the opportunity to lead them astray, you got to take advantage of that. Doubled up, further back in the pack. Oh, single foul up front.
For a moment, we were 3 wide. There's one around. That's McNulty, looks like.
Not going to get a caution
big spin.
for that one.
Big spin further back. Dustin Lewis. Rayshon
That's
Winfield.
in front of the leaders.
Where was that?
That's the 10 truck and the 26 both right there recovering from hard hits.
Was a big hit.
And, man, unfortunately, they're going to have that lead pack breathing right down their neck, so any chance of a breather.
Oh, another driver sliding. That was Zachary King.
Luckiest two gentlemen right here.
Yeah, you're right.
In the desert.
Yeah, they are. They caught a break in a big way. What happened?
Those holes were dug.
They sure were. I think it was just another case of a little too hot into the corner. We've only seen contact cause one of these cautions today. He just sailed it off in there, and the rear end didn't quite stick. And he's already wiggling. Rear tire's unhappy. Shallow entry. Yeah, rear tires didn't like it anymore than that last one, and big slide.
Yeah, surprisingly, we had a caution for that because he was actually able to get that truck rolling again pretty quick. They were very stingy with the cautions there in the first half of the
more
race.
drivers spinning here. Wasaki went around under caution. What happened to the 11? Another quick replay here. Yeah, how did this truck was already spun around? I will say about race control, though, it's a very nervous feeling. I think Brett Rinn's going to get inside of Wasaki, yes. Kind of same time as the caution happened for the 50. This might have been where the caution actually was. 11's trying to get spun around. There he is. This is probably what the caution was for, and not for the 50. Just happened to spin at the same time. But one thing I will say is
you're absolutely correct.
There is nothing scarier as race control than seeing a car half spun on the top of the racetrack and then the wheels start rolling again. That will every time trigger you to hit the caution flag because you have no idea what that half spun driver is going to do, whether it's roll back into traffic, whether it's try and reverse their way back into the racing line, or whatever the case is. It can be treacherous as race control if you let that thing roll green. So a little bit of reprieve for the assault on race control, as Brad Nelson gets a black flag, probably for a pit entry violation.
You got to manage your black flags if you want to get through the end of this thing.
Yeah, that's going to put him a lap down as he is just now getting passed by the leaders.
We've seen a couple of those come out tonight, untimely.
Yeah.
It's hard enough just to manage your own track position with the different speeds and the traffic and the pack racing here on this short track. And then, you got those guys up there watching you as well. It's just, there's no room for error here.
No, not at all. I mean, we've talked about it a few times. You get a penalty that can, especially under green, that'll put you from on the lead lap to at least one lap down with the snap of the fingers. No questions asked. You're going to go off of this lap onto another one, and that is definitely not how you're going to get a great finish tonight. You got to stay on the lead lap, maybe not the whole time, but you got to be on the lead lap at least for the final quarter of this race as we approach halfway. Bollinger, apologies, and Robertson on the front row. Into the zone again. Really late launch. This time Bollinger gets away. Yes, he will clear. Here comes Isaac Brock diving to the inside. He might take away second for the moment. Oh, big crash behind them. It's King again. How did they not wreck? Oh, my goodness.
Everything's playing out still 3 wide. Going to be a little 4 wide there. Smashing up. Got another truck. He's going to go around.
That's Ullman.
We're still going to be under green. I mean, we got a wreck down there in their truck, and this was looking for a place to happen.
Yeah. You're right about that. And because everything's happening at such a slow speed here, I mean, a slide like that isn't really that detrimental other than track position as Wade goes for a big ride. We're 3 wide again with Jewett.
Here we go. Almost 3 wide. 1 truck into the wall. They're going to come down, bunch it up in the corners.
And the top group here is all tight together, trying to work around Isaac Brock as Hayes makes an aggressive move on Barnes. A couple have gone around. Oh, parking lot out of turn 2.
We're racking them up now, buddy.
We sure are. We sure are. What caused this one? Already spinning. That's the 08 of Wallace. Back one more time here. No harm, no foul here.
I'm watching at 45.
Yeah, I just got him. Just overdrove the corner, and then there's nowhere to go. Brett Rinn's in it. The 10's in it. The 981 did a great job of avoiding that accident. That could have been a lot worse. Oh, the 01 is wrecking the 16 under caution. That's unfortunate. Not intentionally, of course. Just happens sometimes.
Yeah, we need some good intentionals, though.
I would disagree, but let's look.
Altered temperaments down here.
You could say that, I suppose.
Look, this is my first time being here. I appreciate you guys having me as a guest. I love calling races, man. I love just, because I don't know any of these guys. I don't know them from peanut butter. So here I come rolling in, and I'm just, I don't know if the 45 owns the league or if he's just out there, as the stunt double. But he's been wrapped up in quite a bit of shenanigans here tonight.
He's just having a good time out there today.
I love it.
Has been good so far.
As long as everybody's happy, man, I'm happy.
Right about that. Caution number 6 of the night. Been competitive. 7 lead changes already.
Still watching that number. 15 cars remaining on the lead lap. Got 5 cars, 5 trucks that are going to be sitting there at a lap down. They'll be waiting just on any opportunity they can to actually jump back up here.
Yeah, so difficult to pass, as we've seen. I mean, you never know how long the run's going to go for one. It could be 3 laps. It could be 100 laps. You just don't really know. And being that we get so spread out and then bunched up, you can't ever really get in a rhythm here unless you're the leader for those 5 laps where you catch lap traffic. So, I mean, so difficult to make passes because you just can't get a rhythm going.
And you do not. I say again, you do not, under any circumstances, want to go another lap down.
No, right about that.
With these 5 trucks sitting right there together, you can bet your sweet molasses they're going to be really, really competitive. Because we've seen 3-wide racing everywhere except for the top 5, so look for it. And that right there is just going to breed more cautions. As they say, cautions breed cautions. Right now, guys they're still trying to get that separation. Usually you'd have that separation, by now in the race, but we're still got that gummy feeling. You got a lot of guys that are just stuck together.
Yeah, looking back at this part of the order here, Hunt, Nelson, Wasaki, Wallace, and Derek Jewett all 1 lap down, racing for that lucky dog spot. They're all fairly close on the racetrack as well. There's 3 of them lined up. Wallace a little further back, and then Jewett, of course, getting the charge for that caution, I believe, is a ways back. Looks like we're choosing this time. See if the choose shakes up the running order at all. When do you think the choose cones come at iRacing, Big Al?
It seems it would be there already. They've been really receptive and on the ball as far as integrating changes, but that's one that's kind of been elusive. Now, most of the leagues that I run, they have implemented their own, but yeah, I have no clue.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in officials when the choose cone is implemented. Of course, that is the way of the standard NASCAR series you would see on
For
Friday,
years
Saturday,
right
Sundays.
now.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I
And
could not
still nothing
imagine.
in the sim.
Couldn't imagine the coding load that would take to implement that and not improperly hand out black flags and all of that fun stuff. So I'm sure they'll figure it out, even though it takes some time. I'm sure we will get there.
Might have to put a 1 and a 0.
Quite possibly. Colin Bollinger to P1 off the restart. Robertson going to slide into second. As we've seen all night, Brock and Hayes battling for third. I'm really impressed with Isaac Brock right now. He has put on a whale of a race. So far, he's going to clear for third on the bottom. Barnes looking to move Hayes back one spot as well. And there's Curl, who led a lot of the opener of this race. And Cochran, who has yet to see the point, even though he started up in the top 6 spots. Look at the battle for the lead lap. Caleb Hunt currently leading that battle by a few trucks over Brad Nelson. While we have a moment, let's look at our final driver cam of the day. Zachary King. Yeah, he's
Watching
driving
those
wheels
wheel
off this thing.
Those wheel movements or something.
Yeah, he said in chat, drove from 30th up to 12th. So he can pass, but it's taken him some time to do so. Again, want to thank all the driver cam drivers, Brett Rinn and Zachary King, for giving us a window inside of their Wednesday evenings.
Still getting it done to 9 truck. He's a sideways on the track.
Oh, don't do that. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
The last thing you want to see coming into the corner is the tailgate.
Yeah, you're right about that. Quarter panel for sure.
What?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, big slide for Brock.
21.
Big slide for the 21. Now the 51 is going to have to work around him here. What does Cochran do to get right close to the racetrack?
Oh, he puts a nose in.
Tried it. A lot better of it. Right call for sure, but he's going to lose a spot out of it. Oh, another big move by the 21. Going to get shoved out of the way here. You can't make that middle of the straightaway block. That's going to end in a bad time every time.
Too early to block anyway at this point in the juncture. I mean, you just got to let it flow. You don't want to be that guy. Leader's still doing their thing. Got another truck. He's going to be in the corner there.
That's Wakefield. Was up in the top 5.
He'll find himself behind the wall. And
Yeah.
I think he did that. Oh, the 35's around in the corner. He's around in turn 2. We're watching him, see if he can get it going again.
That cost him a full lap.
You know, it's going to cost you dearly, bud. If you rotate when you're not supposed to rotate, yeah, that's a bank trip. Guys have lost championships for less.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I used to be in the Army, and we had a general, a 4-star general, and he said it best. He said, "Perfect practice makes perfect." So many times, you got guys just go out there and they just like, it's practice, but you gotta practice perfect if you want to run perfect. How else are you ever gonna get to that point? Oh, another truck around. This is gonna be a big one, waiting for the caution to come out. The 19, there's the caution, and he's doing what you didn't want to see, trying to spin that thing around. Might want to back it back up into the high line.
He finally got it around. That's Caleb Hunt. The tier1sightupshop.com, number 19.
Caleb's going to be on the hunt. Be trying to figure out how he's going to get that lap back.
Yeah, right. You are.
Watching leaders on pit road right now, this should be telling a lot of drivers what they need to know. This will be the last actual pit stop that these guys will have to make. Oh, looks like the 15 just did a roll through. What's up with that?
could have missed the pit box. These are very short pit
Oh,
boxes.
there he is. There he is. There he is. My bad. This
Gotcha.
pit box is way on the other end.
Gotcha. 19 went around. Same thing that happened the first time he went around, just overcooked it into the corner. I imagine this racetrack, you'd run a pretty high rear brake bias to try and get the rear tires to rotate once you get into the corner because it's so flat. But I see how if you overcook it by even half a car length, you could end up with too much rear momentum and spin that truck around. So got to be very, very careful to not make your issues any worse by spinning out like that.
Yeah, dynamic. Very dynamic on the rear end of these trucks. Man, I love it. I'm just sitting here just having the best time. Should be illegal.
Oh, it is a good time, isn't it?
No stress, no mess. Don't
Absolutely.
have to throw no flags.
Absolutely. Just sit here and
How
talk
you
about
guys?
it.
Yeah, how you guys at home feeling? I mean, you guys pumped up, you energized. This season's starting. We've been kind of cooped up, waiting on racing to come back to us, and here it is. This just being the second one in this series. Had last week off, of course. Next week they're going to hit it hard and heavy again, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, been fun so far. You can, of course, if you get to the end of this one and you haven't had enough Mystic Racing League, well, we're back on Thursday here for the Caswell Glass National Series, of course. That one on Green Flag TV. And then if you're still not done with Mystic Series Racing, you can catch us back here on V-Speed on Friday, the Slim Chickens Cup Series presented by Tier 1 Racing Setup, or Tier1SetupShop.com, apologies. Plenty of Mystic action, as we got a great shot of the Caswell Glass logo there on the 33 hood as he stopped for the start-finish line. So what I'm trying to say, folks, plenty of racing left. You don't have to be sad because we only got 70 to the end. A lot more where this came from.
To the end, that is going to be the notification bar for a lot of these drivers, because right now, still got 15 drivers that are a lap down. It's getting harder and harder to come by, and we haven't seen any of the 5 actually advance back up. So, yeah, that should tell you a lot. Pace truck's off.
Yeah, the driver leading that group is Caleb Hunt. Obviously, you had to spin, so no lucky dog that time around. Another late launch for Bollinger. He's going to easily clear. Put Hayes to second for a moment. Oh, Barnes thought about it hard. Driving that truck in there. Oh, around goes to 0-1. Davidson with a big slide. They save it. Might go around again here. Wingfield just about forced through. There goes Tucker. There goes Cochran. Oh, we're
That's
wrecking.
going to be a caution.
Parking lot is
still
out.
going to be wrecking. Still wrecking.
Oh, man. 79 is
You
where
wanna-
that triggered.
You want to trim some sheet metal, that's the way to do it right there. Some of them trucks might be headed to the scrap yard. You're going to be watching to see how many drivers actually have that fast repair left, because this is about the time where you're going to have to use it. Now, I would have held off using it for the first 100 laps, but now that we're getting ready to go down to the end of this thing, you're going to want all the help you can get. You'll see right there, further back in the replay, first truck was spinning, then here, 3 wide, never going to end well, clips the other truck, clips that truck, constant contact.
I'm not really sure why Cochran got the black flag here, as he was the second driver involved in this one. See if we can get a quick onboard from the 51. Because he's already
Just
in the
like
wreck
that.
and just got a little bit of help from Michael Wade there. Boom!
Oh,
Yeah.
got him.
Yeah, he got smacked by that Slim Chickens truck.
Man, that was a fat chicken that hit him.
You ever been hit with a chicken wing? Boom!
That's a flat.
Gotcha!
And, just like that, we're talking about drivers trying to exercise their right and ability to get back on the lead lap. We just lost another one. Now we're down to just 14 trucks on that lead lap. And that's going to... Sorry.
I think Tucker got his lap back here. He was part of it. I think he was further ahead. Who got their lap back?
A
Interesting.
little touchy-feely at home.
Somebody did. That doesn't matter. Someone got it.
Well, good. That might be Harold Tucker III.
He was part of the caution, so I think he was on the lead
Oh,
lap
then he
already. He
would-
was the first car that went around.
Unless he kept it. unless he was actually able to get his car righted and get back around and maintain his lap position.
Yeah, hard to say. Hard to say.
We'll find out here once he crosses the line. Looks like it's going to stick.
Yeah, creeping closer to the final runs of this one. Just over 60 laps remain. Quick recap for you. 8 cautions, 7 lead changes. Bollinger has led a lot of these latest laps here.
Harold's good, and Rayshawn Winkfield are good as well. They're going to be in the back of the field. These two drivers going to the tail end. They're going to have to put the hammer down, though, because we might get a twofer special here. The 9 truck also having to fall back.
It has not been Reggie Kimes' day. 7 laps down. We're on 26th right now.
Hey, attrition. I can even spell it.
Can you? That's great. That's great. Don't ask me to do it right now. I'm horrible at spelling. We don't need that. Usually math is what we struggle with here on the V-Speed shows when lights come on. Numbers just don't work anymore. Spelling, same way. Don't ask, and it won't be a problem.
Tell you what, these guys are definitely, on the number side, they're paying the bills. I mean, this has been a very competitive, energy-packed race. Not a lot of cautions for cause. And that's another good thing.
And the cautions for cause have typically been single car spins. We haven't seen many multi-car accidents, which is uncharacteristic of a track this short. Another great jump by Bollinger. River Hayes back up to second. Driver's been fast on short tracks all across Mystic this season. So is Devin Curl.
Yeah, Devin Curl is on his way. Colin Bollinger can feel it. Colin knows that, you can't block at this stage. You just got to be fast. You got to figure out a way to be fast because Devin's back up to 3rd place right now, and it's just a matter of time before he moves to 82 out of the way because he knows where he needs to be. I mean, he was the fastest overall. I think he's even holding the fastest lap with a 15.188. Fastest lap that time with a 15.268. Big whoops on the backstretch. Going to be an accident here. Caution's going to come out. Woo! Grandma lost the laundry.
Oh, Ullman. Oh, that's a big hit for the 35 at Winkfield. Yeah, Ullman just got loose. Ended up giving a big hook to the 35. This is what you don't want to see. A little further back here. As you're just trying to work around some lap traffic, you're back on the lead lap. Things are looking great. Some drivers door banging in front of you, and then you get this. Boom. And hit again. Not as hard as a hit as I thought. Definitely not what you want to see at that stage of the game. Closing in on that final quarter of the race. Math is still hard up here. Just over 50 laps remaining in this 200 lapper.
Oh, 3/4 of the way done. There's the last 50. They should be nifty. Let's get it done.
15 trucks still on the lead lap all the way back to Derek Jewett in that 15 spot. David Wallace, the first 1 lap down. Now only 2 drivers in the 1 lap down situation. Wallace and Wasaki.
Can I say it? Wasaki.
If you must. If you must. The Bollinger's led a lot of laps here recently. 73.
Well, unfortunately for him, though, that 15 is going to be right there on his outside come the restart. So now I'm wondering, how's he going to set it up? Because now the ball is in his hands. And we've seen how the 15 has really gone from leaving early to staying late. But now the 43's calling the shots, baby. We're going to have to see how this is probably going to be the most dynamic restart that we've had thus far tonight. I'm excited about this one. It's definitely going to be a drag race into turn 3. They're not going to get it done in one turn. Lights off on the pace car. Let's get it.
Yeah, well, how about this? 15 lines up behind the 43, wants to launch with him, not against him. As we add one more pace lap here as we hit the restart zone.
Ooh.
Barney was getting ready to wave it. Put his arm back down. I think if you're Pro Tint, you got to be loving this. Backup driver in the car. Michael Cole obviously not here tonight. Colin Bollinger behind the wheel and putting that 43 in front of the field for what has been most of this race. Now we're launching. Great jump again. And Curl clears Merriman. Curl got to his inside for a moment, got closed off. What's the 15 try now? High side, going to try and cross him over here on the exit. Look at the run off the corner. Pushing him down the straightaway, and now he's to the inside. Curl's there.
A little sideways coming off the corner right there. The question is just how wide is that 43 going to be? Apparently not wide enough as the 15 has gained a dominant position on the inside. Now trying to make it stick, rotate, and here he comes. Going down the backstretch. Taking a full lap to make these passes stick. Right here, coming across the start-finish line. He's given the lap, but still not clear.
Now gets clear.
Longest one that we've seen thus far tonight, and now, oh, there's that bumper.
Little how do you do in the middle of turns 3 and 4. 43 leads that lap. Oh, Wallace right in front of this group. That's going to hurt the battle for the lead. 43 cleared him. 15 can't go to the bottom because the 08's there. 08 going to door bang the leader up out of the way. Oh, he's going to wreck him. Oh, my goodness. 08 just got used as a pinball, still 3 wide. And Curl gets around. Another shot to the back from Bollinger.
I'm just going to say this. David Wallace, that's not the shutout you want tonight, Bubba. That's just not the shout-out that you're looking for. Man, that was almost a travesty there as the battle for the lead, but the 15 comes out victorious, and now he is actually adding to his lead as now the 43's got a little bit more competition as the one's going to be right there. Tyler Stevenson. Tyler says, hey, it's my time to shine. And, man, you know, if anybody needs a break right now, it's going to be Bollinger.
Well, let's
he was
also
uncontested for the longest.
Have a look at the time these drivers last pit. Bollinger didn't pit. Hasn't pit since we hit lap 73 at the stage. No wonder that truck is starting to fall off here. Tires not happy on the 43.
Yeah, you said he would have been good to go to the end. I think he listened to you, but Devin Curl didn't. He's only 34 laps into his pit run, and the caution comes out again, and I'm going to tell you who that's going to benefit. That's going to benefit Bollinger all day, and now he knows what he has to do, and he's going to come back out right now, and unfortunately, we're looking at 33 laps to go in this thing, and he's going to be sitting in the catbird seat.
I would think so. Caution here, the 08 and the 19. Oh my goodness. David Wallace, kamikaze into turn 3. And just, I don't know what's going on here.
I do.
Yeah, we're not going to use the I word, but my goodness. Race control's got a lot to sort out after that one.
Yeah.
Or maybe they don't. Hard to say.
It's a little touchy-feely down there tonight.
What did you say earlier? Some no temperaments? How'd you word that?
Yep. Well, it almost feels like we're sitting here, in midsummer. I'm just saying it's a hot night. Tempers are high, right? But the 43, he's doing exactly what I said he was going to do. Bollinger now coming down pit road. This is his best opportunity now. He's got to be fast in, fast out. Do you take 4? Do you take 2? That's the question. It looks like he's taking 4 in a tank, just topping off the gas.
That looks like 4
Hopefully
tires.
They'll put
right.
a lot of gas in it. That's 4 tires, baby.
Yeah, 4 tires. He is out.
No.
Should fall back to, looks like 12th for the choose. Should be choosing next time by.
He'll be making his way past the lap down drivers. No 1 lap down drivers now. Right, we were actually able to pick up. Wade is back on the lead lap. Tucker the third is back on the lead lap. Now that puts 16 trucks here on the lead lap. Adam Holston being scored 2 laps down. He's your first truck that is actually not on the lead lap. But unfortunately for everybody, this is the time of the race where we put them all together, we shake them up, and then unfortunately we're going to have to put them back together again. Cautions breed cautions.
Yeah, this is one of those Cola and Mentos situations where things don't always mix properly. Short tracks and late race cautions, typically not the best combo for getting trucks across the finish line without missing pieces.
And I'll tell you what, everybody in the stadium's on their feet right now, because this is the show. This is what you came to see right here, buddy.
I thought you were going to say because they never sit down, which is also true. They're always thrilled, just as we are.
We're super pumped up. Even the folks at home are on their feet right now.
Everyone's standing. Sometimes some of the drivers might even be standing. Hard to say.
Nope. Don't recommend that.
I would not either.
Keyboard.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think we have another delayed green. Yes, we do. Little contact, little damage there on the front end of the 15. That's probably from Wallace. So just behind that front wheel. The wheel's kind of pushed out a little bit. Aero's not a factor here at all, so that shouldn't impact anything. Just
Ooh, pace truck's back out. Why is he on the track?
I think they just went
there he
one
goes.
lap
He
too
just
soon.
Gotcha.
Things happen quick here on short tracks. Hard to get everyone lined up in the right amount of time with the choose and all of that, but I think we're sorted out. Curl leads, Robertson second, Stevenson, Merriman, and Isaac Brock. Your top 5, there goes to 15. Curl, easy clear. And how about Stevenson? Remember, had that black flag for jumping the start. He's back up here in the top 5, and here comes Hayes. What a launch by River Hayes.
Put himself right down there on that bank of. And he's a fisherman, and now right there he done fished up second place, and now he is tracking Devin Curl.
Robertson on by Stevenson.
Yeah, as soon as you said Tyler had made his way back up, Tyler started making his way back. And we stacked up behind him. But I was just looking, Dustin Lewis, he's doing his thing.
A leading C4 driver tonight, running P6.
Bollinger not making his way through traffic as fast as he probably wants right now with just 29 laps to
we got
go.
drivers
Another
wrecked out
caution
there.
out.
King and Tucker
That's going to help him.
having a soiree out of turn 2. Oh, Tucker just missed the corner. Got King right in the rear tire. Davidson also goes for a slide.
Overdrove it.
Yeah, you want to see what an oops moment looks like?
Turn sharp.
Yeah, just as soon as he touched the brake pedal, it just wasn't hooked up.
Nobody wants that this stage of the race, especially.
No, I mean that hurts a lot for the 50. Obviously, just nothing he could do to avoid that accident. Very similar to what happened in one of the Daytona races. I think it was the Mystic 500 with the car rejoining on the entry to turn 3, clipped to 27, and I think King was in the 1.
Man, King, doing everything right tonight, just wrong place, wrong time, and that's going to cost him dearly.
Yeah, King's been involved in a lot of incidents tonight that, again, were not his fault. You mentioned some of those half spins that weren't cautions. There was one where he was up in the top 5, got tagged, around he went, and lost all the track position without actually getting the caution triggered. Back to 15th. Only Tucker, who he crashed with, on the lead lap behind him.
Now they're right there at the back end of that. And I'm going to tell you what happened last restart. A lot of these guys that are on the lead lap didn't get the restart they wanted. Guys behind him, those 2 lappers down and those one lap, they drove through these guys. And now you find yourself trying to battle through lap cars that just, they've got probably equal to better equipment than you do. Maybe not as fast, but they're still kind of right there in the way.
Yeah, absolutely right. Ullman currently the only driver 1 lap down as we hit the choose here. I'm looking at the various laps on tires. Curl and Robertson, 48. Hayes, 31. Stevenson and Brock, 48, 49. Barnes, 31. That's your top 6.
Yep. But those tires still aren't old by old tire definitions. I mean, they still got a lot of life in them. And plus, the majority of those laps in the last end of this have been under caution. So the key right now for them, I guess, will be trying to keep heat in the tires. But they got to be watching out for how many heat cycles they have. This time of the race, short track racing, we've been under caution for quite a while.
Yeah, freshest tires on the 8th place car, Colin Bollinger, that bright yellow and orange machine. Zachary King sitting in 10th right behind him, also with those same amount of fresh tires.
Absolutely, Mr. Morgan. I think you might give a nod to your caution count here. We'll talk about that once the green commences.
Back racing. Oh, big wiggle for the 15. Rear tires did not hook up there. Having fun up here in the V-Speed booth. It's like a lot of drivers having fun on the racetrack. "20 laps to go."
Yeah, Tyler Stevenson now getting a little bit of elbow room, but he has got to capitalize on the amount of time that he has right now where he's not being molested, because behind him, that's where everything is going to get chaotic. And as we start getting in to the final laps of this race, everybody behind him, you bet, is digging for a podium, and they really don't care what it takes to get there. So watching Curl and Hayes, but the battle I do believe is going to be from 4th back.
Yeah, those top 2 going at it. As Bollinger trying to get around Barnes. Of course, freshest tires on the racetrack on that 43. He's not afraid to move guys out of the way. There's one right there. Bump and run. Does Barnes get him back? Thought about it. Maybe in the center of the corner. No, Bollinger gets the good run off.
And that's what he's been dealing with. He's been dealing with drivers that are slower because they have older tires. And and this is where you've unpacked your patience, because I mean this is go time, baby. Right. This is not the time to sit back. You've got to be pedal heavy right now.
As Lewis, I think, just got moved up out of the way. Yes, there he is. 8 truck sideways on the racetrack. What happened to Dustin here? Another case of just loose on entry. Touched the brakes as soon as he lifted off him and went around.
And he did lock it down. Got a little too close for comfort, and there it is. There's that split. That's why you see the caution. But now we can talk about because here we go. We're 12 cautions right now. 1 for stage,
right. 11
for cause. So what are you thinking?
Well, my estimate to start the race, my over-under number was 15. We're sitting at 12 right now. Still have a great shot at the under with only 13 laps remaining. But year 5 was looking good for a while, and it went away from us here in this final stage. But hey, that is short track racing. You know, one leads to another, and all of a sudden, you are a dozen deep.
Hey, I'm new here, so I had to swag it. But man, I'm telling you what, this has been totally exciting. Bringing this thing all the way home now, just 13 short laps to go. Looks like it's going to be closer to 10 at the line. It's a shootout at that point. Maybe we got room for one more caution, maybe 2. But remember, we got unlimited green-white checkers. And on a short track, that's probably what you're going to be looking for.
Yeah, 15 of them in the pocket. Which, if we use 15 green-white checkers, we're going to be here for another 100 laps.
Smiles.
This guy likes his racing. You can tell.
Hey, look, man, give me something to talk about. I'll run my mouth. I'm telling you, and these guys, they've done just that. I mean, I'm trigger happy.
It has been a great race so far. We've seen a lot of action all the way throughout the field, from the leaders doing battle all the way back to the lucky dogs and the drivers 1 lap down or more out here having great races throughout the field. Hasn't been, I mean, though there's been 12 cautions, sorry to cut you off, Al, as there's been cautions, we still haven't seen what I would call a really wreck fest of a race. A lot of single car spins, a lot of drivers just kind of caught in a bad situation, but not really like these massive track blocking, car damaging events. So, I mean, all in all, still pretty clean race, all things considered.
Yeah, it's been more like drivers making bad decisions. No, it's been a lot of drivers making poor choices over a lot of drivers making bad decisions. How about that?
Could agree with that, certainly. Seen a lot of overcooking it into turn number 1. That seems to be where most of the issues have been on the single car spins. It's just drivers a little too much rear brake, a little too deep into the corner, around it goes, and you end up facing the wrong direction.
We got the 10 to go. And also, we're watching Bullring because right now he is in that stage. The tides have reversed. You know, he is in that sweet spot on his tires. These guys are getting old.
Yeah, this could be a great comeback victory from leading a bunch of laps, cycled back, didn't look like it was going to work out. Well, here he is, but back in the restart zone. Curl Stevenson timed that perfect, still to the outside, and here comes Hayes.
Ooh, man, 5 wide. You never want to hear that on a short track.
No, that is not what you're looking for, but the battling up front is so good. Almost another 3-4 wide moment there. Sorted out further back in the field. Curl and Hayes. Clear Stevenson.
Bollinger's all caught up, not able to make his way through the field right now. Can't see the light of day. Precious tires out of the booth. One guy up there, River Hayes, he's got 49 laps on his tires. Let's see what he can do, because he's going to be giving Mr. Curl everything he has and then some.
Big contact for the 6 and the 27. I think we got drivers spun around. It's Tucker the third again, this time with Brad Nelson.
79. Man, and I'm going to tell you what, we're talking about those heat cycles again, and here we go, those old tires having to start and restart right here. I don't know, man. I think eventually they're going to start to feel that, because these trucks are on a progressive tire model, and you remember that tire model changed a lot last year, and here we go, baby. I think they're going to be in for it.
Yeah, 33 definitely got into the 79 there. They both go around, both hit the wall pretty hard. And Nelson was none too pleased. Tucker was still in the way. So a great save for the 45 on that clip as well. 4 laps to go. We will have a green-white checker.
Tucker right now holding on to that catbird seat, being the 16th car on the lead lap, but John Ullman, him and Adam Hoiston, they have a chance maybe to possibly get.
Ullman's getting a lucky dog right now, so he will be back on the lead lap.
That's going to put us to 17.
And Holston finally got to 1 lap down, been fighting that for the last 100 laps.
You know, it's easy to lose that lap, but getting it back, sometimes it's you can't. You know, it's the one thing that's going to elude you forever, and there's so many drivers that know that. You know, we've all been there. We had a great night coming down to 10 to go, make a bonehead decision, and you're never going to get that time back. Going to be 3 to go here, 2 to go at the line. Green, white checker? Yeah,
absolutely.
Heck yeah, you got it coming up.
Yeah, overtime.
But remember, Ralph's got 100 of them up there.
Yeah, undetermined how many more laps we will go. Should be coming to choose this time by. We are just working lap 199 here in this one.
And you got to understand, though, I mean, I hate to cut you off, but this caution's not going to come from the top 5. It's going to be for those guys back there in the back. I mean, that's just what happens.
More than likely, I would say you are right about that one. Drivers pick and choose their lanes for what very well could be the final restart of the night. For those of you who are unaware of how the green-white checker works, we will throw the green flag. Drivers will do their best to come around for the white flag if they do so successfully without a caution. The next flag ends the race, which will be the checkered flag. If we have a caution on that green flag before we capture the white, we rack them up and do it one more time. 15 of them locked and loaded. Drivers all going to be antsy. You got to get everything you can on this restart because you don't get another shot if we make it around to take the white flag.
I'm watching the 15, I'm watching the 1, but behind these guys, that's what we're watching as well, because River Hayes, he sits there with only 56 laps on his tires, and that will make a difference.
Let's do it. One last time. 15 got the jump, 1 missed it. What does Hayes do? What does Brock do behind him? So far, so good as we get down to the turns 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, the white flag in the air. This will be official. 1 lap remains. Devin Curl chased down by River Hayes. Does Hayes have anything for him in 3 and 4? No aggressive move, and off of turn number 4, Devin Curl is going to win at the Bullring. Well, Al, I think for one of the rare times we saw the fastest car win on a short track.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What a heck of a race. And hats off to Devin, man. Just everything these guys had to do to even stay in contention, to stay on the lead lap, to be relevant. Yeah, says a lot.
105 laps led, started from the pole, set the fast lap of the day. Not true. River Hayes got him by 6/1000ths of a second. Other than that, though, clean sweep for Devin Curl.
Devin's fast lap was pretty fast, but Rivers was just a little bit faster.
A little bit faster. Doesn't matter if you get the race win. Great job by Devin. Well, let's take a moment to step aside. You've been watching the Mystic Racing League in their downtown auto sales truck series presented by Pest Busters. For this one, the Star Nursery Garden Center's 200 battle at the Bullring. Be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Interviews with your top 3 and your race results right after this.
Charlotte goes to Josh Adams.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the post show here. Mystic Racing League. Here is how it went down. Ended up 13 cautions and 14 lead changes. Pole sitter Devin Curl won the race after leading 105 laps. River Hayes and Tyler Stevenson, your top three, probably the three fastest trucks here. We will talk to them in just a few moments. Isaac Brock finishes in the 4th spot. Colin Bollinger ends up in the top 5. Great rebound for the 43. Christian Barnes runs in 6th. Robertson 7th. Zachary King with a whale of a fight from 30th all the way up to the 8th position. Brad Nelson somehow scratched across a 9th place spot, and Sean Merriman, up 16, will finish in the 10th position.
That's right. That's going to put Doug Wasaki in 11th place, with Hal Tucker the 3rd and 12th, 13th place. That was Dustin Lewis. 14th, John Ullman. 15th place is going to be Michael Wade, with Derek Jewett the 2nd coming across in 16th. 17th place, Adam Holston with Zach White. In 19th place is JT McNulty, and Caleb Hunt rounds out the top 20.
Finishing 21st will be Addison in the 81. Davidson right behind him, 3 laps down apiece for those drivers. Reggie Kime finishes 23rd in the 9. Last of the drivers still running, David Wallace in 24th. Rayshawn Winkfield 25th. Cochran 26th. Moore in 27th. Brett Rinn 28th. Willing in 29th. And Hinson finishes in the 30th spot. Cross and Miller, last driver to start the race. Miller, Allen, and the 2 Beams did not qualify for this one. Well, let's get down trackside and chat with our 3rd place driver. That would be Tyler Stevenson. Tyler Stevenson, Morgan, and Big Al up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, this was a roller coaster day for you, I would say. Up front early, jumped the restart, had to go all the way back a lap down, but you fought and you clawed and you scrapped, and a podium is where you finish. How would you describe the day?
I mean, I think you described it. It was definitely a roller coaster, but I like these short tracks, so I wasn't too worried about it. It's just staying calm, putting them laps down, and we came back. It's kind of like a win for me. I didn't think I had a winning pace today, but we definitely had top 5 pace. So it's just definitely a roller coaster of a day. I'll definitely say that. But it ended high, so that's all that matters.
Hey, that's the hope, is that you end off on a bright note. And I mean, you were chasing down Curl and Hayes. Is there anything you could have done at the end of the race to try and get up there and battle for the win? Those two kind of checked out in those last couple laps.
I cooked my tires, so I was fighting for 3rd. I kind of knew it. Just going through the field, I absolutely cooked my tires. But I just knew 3rd was probably the best I was gonna get. If they were battling each other, maybe I could have had a chance. They could have wrecked each other, then I would have been in a position. But nah, I was like trying to go for 3rd, and we ended up getting 3rd. It took a little bit luck on the last lap to get it, but we'll take that. So still very good points day, and that's what matters in this format. So
Yeah, absolutely. You just got to keep on grinding out those great points finishes. And as we move on in the schedule, heading to the next one here, how do you feel for the rest of the season? Are we feeling good? Our hopes are high so
yeah,
far.
I got a 6th last week or 2 weeks ago, and a 3rd here. I haven't got any stage points, which worries me, but both of them are because of either a wreck or shooting myself in the foot like I did today. But if I can just get some stage points, that'll definitely help. That's going to be key this season. So we got a road course coming up. I like my road courses, so we should be decent there. Hopefully, get some stage points and get another good finish. And consistency is key. So that's just what's going to be the season.
Awesome. Well, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for a great run today, a great rebound up to third spot?
I'd like to shout out myself for keeping it together and coming. No, I'm just kidding. But I think I had one of my friends watch the race today, so I'm thankful for that. I don't think my friend could make it today, Seth, so that probably would have shouted him out because he's cool and stuff. But it's just kind of a solo effort today. I just kind of chilled, did my own thing. I mean, I'm just glad I kept my composure. I didn't wreck anybody, so I guess that's a success in itself. So yeah, I just thanks you all for the. I guess I can thank y'all in the booth. Yeah, y'all did a great job today. Thank Brandon for the league. So everything. Yeah, there you go.
Love a V-Speed shout out here. Also got to thank Downtown Auto
Yeah.
Sales and Pest Busters, of course, as well as
Yep.
Tier 1 Setupshop.com. Okay, it's okay. I got them for you. Don't worry about
Yeah.
it. I got
Thank
the
you. Thank you.
contingencies. You know what helps is making a list. Then you just pull it up when you finish in the podium.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we see you on the podium
Yeah.
here
Yeah.
in this series.
Well,
And
I got a new sponsor coming up, so I will have to do that.
there you
So
go. You got to get that
a new
whole
paint
ad
scheme.
read ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. Either
All
way,
right.
congratulations, Tyler, on third spot.
Yep.
We'll see you next time.
See you too.
All right, third place finisher, Tyler Stevenson. Now, Big Al has caught up with our second place driver. That would be River Hayes.
This Big Al up in the booth. You got me.
There he is.
River Hayes, Big Al up in the booth. You got me.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Hey, River, man, from where I'm sitting here looking down, you had the truck to beat tonight. Fastest overall lap, 15.182. Qualified second, finished this thing in second. Why don't you talk us through what went wrong?
Well, I feel like the racing was just too short-lived. Didn't get a lot of green runs. In the beginning of the race, it was pretty nice to run some green. Towards the end there, it got messy, but I was thinking about when to take tires, when not to take tires. I think I ended up taking tires at the right time. By the time I got back to second, I was chasing Carl down a little bit. And then I just never got enough green flag time to get under him or formulate a run. I had one shot at it, and I didn't get it. So ultimately, though, second place is not too bad. I'm happy with it. And we'll go get him next week.
Yeah, and definitely talking about that tire decision, very few options here tonight. A lot of decisions. So what went into making you guys pit at that precise moment?
Well, Carl pitted one caution before I did. There was a short run there, not too long, not too short, but it gave me a little bit of an edge there over him. I think if I would have gotten 10 green flag laps and gotten clear of second place on the choose on the restarts, I would have had a shot at him. But I just couldn't get there with 2 laps of green and then another caution. So ultimately, though, I think everybody did pretty well for how bad this could have been with 30 trucks out here at this racetrack. But I had a lot of fun, so yeah.
Well, congratulations again for coming in second place, man, and having the fastest overall lap. That's a pretty big achievement. Hopefully, you guys did okay in the points category. Who you shouting out tonight for your overall almost dominant performance?
Yeah, I want to shout out Cody Smith with Smith's Race Development. He's on my hood. I need to get this thing painted. It's all black with just the logos, but that's a work in progress. But yeah, and then Ryan Pelfrey with Pelfrey Technologies is on my deck lid. So yeah.
Roger that. Thank you very much for your time, man. Congratulations. And as I always say, don't party too hard. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
That's River Hayes, P2 here tonight. Now to the driver in the top spot. Devin Curl, Big Al and Morgan up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do.
All right. Well, dominant drive today. 105 laps led, just about the fast lap of the day, starting from the pole. Really doesn't go much better than that. Walk me through your day. How are you so good here that you were able to beat River off of what was almost 20 lap fresher tires?
Yeah, I mean, I just have a ton of laps here. I don't know what else to say other than that. I race here in the SK Modified as much as I can think, and pretty much any other short track car. So when I saw this track on the schedule, I had it marked, and when we qualified on the pole, I knew we had a good chance. I made a bad call right before the end of the stage. Luckily, I was able to get some stage points anyway, come through the field really quick, and still get like fourth or sixth or whatever I ended up finishing the stage in. But um, yeah, it was really tough there through the center. We had a lot of cautions. I didn't know if I was ever going to get back to the front. It was just needed a few laps, even on fresher tires, to get it going, and I think that's why I was able to hold off River in second.
Obviously, you got it back going. Had a decent amount of damage on the right front. Did that impact the way the truck drove at all, or was it just on rails like it was most of the rest of the evening?
Yeah, I mean, I knew that I had damage. It was telling me on the radio, and I didn't really feel anything. Maybe a little bit tighter. And honestly, I didn't really think I hit anything that hard. I know I had a little bit of door-to-door contact with one of the other races out there, but I thought it was pretty negligible. But then I heard the radio chat tell me that it was pretty messed up. So I don't know what to say other than just a lot of laps, a lot of experience around this track, and was able to get some cautions at the end to help me out on these older tires. Like I said, it took, even on new tires with River, it took him a few laps to get going, and the cautions fell the right way for me.
Absolutely. Well, we've seen you in the last 3 Mystic races, of course, the National Series race last year, or last week, I should say, the Cup race, as well as this one. Clearly have a knack for the short tracks. Is there any particular reason for that, or do you just unload quickly when you go to tracks under a mile?
It goes back to just what I was saying about this track in general, just experience and laps. I grew up racing short tracks, and when I found out about iRacing and got on iRacing, that's what I kind of drifted to, and that's all I race really. And honestly, I should still be racing it, but kind of got burnt out of it. So that's why I'm here racing this league and trying the bigger vehicles and more horsepower, and just so fortunate that they decided to put some of the short tracks back on the schedule for these cars and let me show what I'm made of around here. But it's just a lot of laps, and that's all I can really say about it.
Awesome. Well, happy to have you here. Glad you chose this league of all the leagues to run in and hone your skills in these big, heavy stock cars. But while we have the opportunity, while you got the race win here, presented by Sofa News in Victory Lane, who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for what was a great effort here tonight?
Yeah. Firstly, my wife for letting me be on and not yelling at me. We all know how that goes. And to my teammate River, we got another 1-2. We were able to get a 1-2 last week in the Xfinity or O'Reilly series, I guess, or Glasswell series. I'm not sure what we're calling it, but
Caswell Glass National Series.
yeah, that one. We got a 1-2 in that one, and we got a 1-2 tonight. So we're looking pretty good, and hopefully I can pick up the pieces in the Cup Series and do a little bit better job. I got behind the 8 ball last week at Phoenix in the Cup car and wasn't able to recover. So
A long season here. Congratulations, Devin, sitting here in Sofa News Victory Lane, victorious after what was a dominant effort. We'll see you next time out here in the Truck Series.
see you guys.
That's your winner, Devin Curl. Always nice when we can chat with the race winner and the top 3 for that matter after a hard-fought race, and they all have positive things to say. That's always the best part of it. But it's about time to move on to the next one. Mystic Racing League here from the Bullring put on a great show. What do you got for final thoughts here, Al? What a fun race tonight.
You feel it? Yeah, and it's just it's a awesome little small track, short track, and yeah, that's all I got, man. How'd you feel short track?
Well said. Here for the Downtown Auto Sales Truck Series presented by Pest Busters, powered by Tier1Setupshop.com. Got to give a big shout out to Star Nursery Garden Center for the Star Nursery 200 sponsoring this one. Thank you for the support. I want to thank everyone who makes this thing possible. Everyone over at V-Speed, Bradley, Adam, Eddie, all the other commentators and producers that make this thing possible. Got to thank the admins here of the Mystic Racing League, including Brandon Willard and all of the other ones who make this thing possible. Big shout out tonight to Al Nixon riding on board with me, riding shotgun up here in the booth. Big shout to Dougie Beard as well for providing the incredible cameras that we get to use week in and week out. I've been your host and producer, Morgan Cook. Make sure to stay tuned in right here on V-Speed for all your racing action, especially the Mystic Racing League. I'll see you next time right here on V-Speed.